The Wrestling Depot presents 7 Stars in the Tokyo Dome. Yo, welcome everybody to the Wrestling Depot's newest segment called 7 Stars in the Tokyo Dome with me, Smithy G, your main host, and as always, with my main man, my partner in crime, Dr. Lucha Ross. How you doing, brother?
How's it going, buddy? You all right? How was your Christmas?
It was crimbo, boy. It was crimbo. I spent a lot of time pretty much under the weather, but I made it to New Year. I got very, very inebriated on New Year. I had a fantastic Indian with my family. It was at our local Indian cuisine. It was fantastic. And then I almost witnessed my father pissing onto a tree. And not just
like you had fun.
Not just any tree, my Christmas tree within my household, because my dad was that drunk. It was fantastic. I only found this out this evening, but it was excellent.
Yeah, you sound like you had a great time.
Yeah. What about yourself? How was your Christmas?
Quiet. Didn't really do much. A lot of family stuff. Yeah, but I had some beers, chilled out. Just being a boring old man, I was.
I'm a boring old man.
But no, I had a great time. I had a great time with my family. You know what I mean? It was nice to see the kids and all that, and everyone and happy in the family. So yeah.
I'm a boring old man 360 days of the year, but I get about 5 days where I'm an happy man, and it's usually over the Christmas period. Well, more towards the New Year period, because I'm always ill over the Christmas for some reason, which is this year was no different. But you
made it. You here?
We're back.
I'm glad you made it, because I wouldn't have had a co-host if you didn't make it in 2023.
We are back. We have watched our very first pay-per-view of the year. We ended up watching Wrestle Kingdom 17. And my God, was it so freaking good.
It was a great show.
We will get to that in a very, very future podcast. 100% we will. But today we have a special thing that we're doing today. Explain, Luch.
Right. So, you know where, like, people do have, like, matches, right? And then they just think, like, you see people on the internet then, like, slating Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer going, oh, well, if that was in the Tokyo Dome, it would have been 7 stars, right? Now, I'm a fan, right, of going back and watching the most bizarre, obscure wrestling matches that you can think of. They're not 5-star matches. They're probably not 2, right? But if it was in the Tokyo Dome, they would be 7. Catch my drift?
I felt the drift coming from the mountains of Mount Fuji in Japan.
Yeah, through the valley of the Tokyo Dome. But yeah, this is the concept, right? We are gonna watch together some of the most bizarre stuff ever, and we'll decide whether or not would it be 7 stars if it was in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh my God, do we have a doozy for you for our first one? So we are gonna go back September 26th. This is I can't. When we decided to do this, when you mentioned about this match, honest to God, I hadn't seen this match probably since this day, September 26th, 1999. Pay-per-view.
I'm just laughing already as we started.
Pay-per-view being Unforgiven. Now,
Unforgiven 99. Wow.
We all know where this is going. So, Luke, it's our first run. This is your idea, bro. You are going to be the one to you've got to be the one to unveil the first match of 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Go.
Okay. All right. So this event was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, it was in the Charlotte Coliseum, horseman country, right? Right? But
Jesus.
we are going to watch today. I hope you're ready for this, right? Because this is. I can't even believe this match happened. And looking back, we're going to have such a laugh now watching this, right? It is none other than. I can't even finish my sentence, boy, right? It's the Big Boss Man versus Al Snow in the Kennel from Hell match, right? Now, a little bit of information about what the Kennel from Hell match is, right? In case you haven't seen it, right? The Kennel from Hell was a steel cage inside of the Hell in a Cell, but there would be dogs outside of the cage, right? And the dogs were there because Big Boss Man killed Al Snow's dog. Yeah, that was the storyline, right? And then it all came to this match, an Unforgiven 1999, the Kennel from Hell match, right? Now, if anybody wants to join us and watch along, okay, fire up the WWE Network, fire up Peacock, find Unforgiven 1999, go to 1 hour, 25 minutes, 14 seconds.
We'll give you when we are going to press play. Now we're gonna watch this match as we report this podcast, and I want to give you the ironic thing about this now. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I've been under the weather over the Christmas period with this nasty flu which is going on, and sadly my poor mum and grandmother they've managed to pick it up as well. Now we've got a little dog. We've got a little dog, and
we go with this.
You will find out now. Trust me, you will find out. They haven't been able to go outside and clean certain things that need to be cleaned up in a certain yard, and we're watching this, and
this is the garden.
It is the garden, and I am now going to be referring my mother and grandmother's garden as the Kennel from Hell. So
that makes sense.
do with that what you will. The ironic thing, we didn't decide this. Our local time at the moment is 10:29 in the night. We have recorded this.
That's okay.
And I only said to my grandmother and my mother when I went round to take them some stuff to help them out, some milk, some tea bags, as you do, that they need to clean their garden because, my God, the amount of shit that's in there is ridiculous. Well, so the ironic thing that we are watching this match at the point that we hadn't even discussed this. This is the ironic thing. We had never even discussed this until...
Well, there's no turning back now. We're doing it.
I think my dog has done enough turning back.
Right. Are you ready? Right. Like I said, WWE Network, Peacock, 1 hour, 25:14.
Right. 1 sec. I'm on the wrong setting here. Right. Yep. I'm good to go.
Right then. 3, 2, 1. Look at the young Michael Cole over there.
And a shout out to the Big Boss Man. I used to love
the Big Boss Man there with some threats to Michael Cole of what he's going to do to his rectum with his nightstick.
Obviously, at this point, this was Corporation Boss Man. This was, wasn't it?
99.
It would have been either.
It was like
this was
like hardcore champion Boss Man. If I
remember rightly. He would have been around the point of being in the corporation when he first came back. Was this the year that
No,
no,
he'd already been back for over a year at this point. I think
no,
he was there in '98.
yeah, 90, because he had the world's worst Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania with.
No, this was '99, the same year.
Was it the same year?
Yeah, he had 2 Hell in a Cell matches, which were absolutely dreadful in the same calendar year.
Oh my days! I didn't. I thought that.
No, 1999, man. It was WrestleMania 15.
Wow.
He miraculously come back from the dead, because we all know what happened in the Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker, and now he's alive again in a cage match within the Hell in a Cell.
Obviously, this would have been around about, well, it's September. Obviously, as we discussed earlier on, guys, it's been a long day. We've already discussed this.
I got that right. A little bit of trivia now. Okay, what was Al Snow's dog name? Do you remember?
I can barely remember my fucking dog's name after seeing how much he shit there. So you're gonna have to enlighten me, dude.
Pepper.
Wow.
Pepper, and he was like a little chihuahua.
Oh my god, the chihuahua, yeah, cool.
He was little chihuahua, and the Bossman threw his cage, and he was in there. Yeah, that happened. I'm sure it was during. Was it Bossman versus like Road Dogg? No, it was Bossman versus Al Snow in a hardcore match. I think it was like SummerSlam. And they went fighting out into the bar. And I remember the Road Dogg. You remember the Road Dogg was commentating with the microphone following him outside the arena and into the bar?
That's right, man. Oh,
and yeah, they were fighting, and the Bossman threw the dog's cage, and the dog was in it.
It's fantastic that they still.
Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Little Pepper on it with the caption, "I love head."
It's fantastic that they're still building the cage as he's coming down the aisle.
I can't believe we're doing this. This is I'm not even joking. This is the best we've ever done.
I miss the old school steel cage.
This is a weekly thing, right? We're going to watch an absurd match every week, right? And you guys can join us, watch along. Everywhere that we find out these matches, we'll tell you the minutes. You will have so much fun watching these, right? Because this is just another level of insanity, right?
And most definitely, we have our next episode. So it's going to involve a little bit of deathmatch wrestling, some fire, and a big scythe.
I know where you're going with this one.
I know where I'm going with this one. I knew that you would know where I'm going with this one.
Is it Mr. Pogo and Onita?
It certainly is Mr. Pogo and Onita.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one.
If we're gonna do this 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome, we've got to include some Japanese deathmatch wrestling, because if it was in the Tokyo Dome, you know, it's in Japan already. It's in Japan already.
But you're not listening to my little loophole here, right? It's not in the Tokyo Dome.
No, I know. That's the point.
It's not in the hallowed halls of the Tokyo Dome.
One thing we have got to say is that we did witness probably one of the best matches we have seen for a very, very long time at the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom.
Ospreay
and Omega was absolutely incredible.
It was awesome.
But we will, as I explained earlier, we will discuss this.
Wrestle Kingdom, right, was the influence of me doing this. Because I've always heard people going, "Oh, well, if I was in the Tokyo Dome, it would have been 7 stars." Talking about Meltzer's star rate of 5,000 machine or whatever he got in his basement, right? Firing it up. But yeah, that was the influence. I was thinking, do you know what? I'm going to watch some mad matches.
Oh my God, have we got some mad matches coming, Phil? We have got some fantastic ones planned.
Because if this was in the Tokyo Dome, would it be 7 stars? This is the question. This is the concept.
We will certainly decide this at the end of this match.
Oh, here come the dogs. Yeah, so basically now, right,
One thing that
for
one thing
anybody
they
who's not
missed.
watching, right, for anybody who's not actually watching the match, okay, there's people come into the ring with dogs, all right, and they're eventually going to come inside of the Hell in a Cell and surround the cage with the dogs. Right?
The funny thing is, as you mentioned earlier on, Al Snow's dog Pepper was a Chihuahua. Now, all the dogs which are coming down are all police style dogs. They're all Rottweilers,
Yeah,
things like that. They should have put a really, really nasty, snarling, foam at the mouth Chihuahua
you should have
in
literally
amongst
had.
there.
Do you know, like these dogs we are now? They got leads and they got handlers and all that. Yeah, they should have just bought 60 Chihuahuas and just put them in the Hell in a Cell.
I tell you now, those Chihuahuas would be more lethal than those bloody Rottweilers. Chihuahuas are
Look
little
at this.
bastards, like.
This is so funny. Bossman is too scared to get out of the cage because he's scared of the men with the dogs on the lead.
Said the policeman.
Also is currently trying to hit Bossman with a shovel head. Just the head. But he's not connecting with any of the shovel hits. They're all hitting the cage.
It's fantastic that he's parrying like a sword.
Listen to the dogs barking. The Attitude Era. What a time.
You gotta love it, but
Oh, do you know what the Attitude Era makes me want to do though? After going back and we're not even. I don't even think we're a quarter into the match yet.
oh. I'm way ahead of him, bro. I'm way ahead of him. Run, Al! Run!
The dogs are more interested in barking at each other. They don't care about Al Snow and the Bossman.
I reckon they're barking at themselves. They're thinking, "Fucking, we've been in movies. What the fuck are we doing here?
Get us out of here! Get us out of here! We've got a career."
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of this fucking cell.
But knowing Vince McMahon, right? Vince McMahon used to have a man for everything, didn't he? He had like a man for a snake, for Jake. He's got a guy here, right, with all of the dogs. But I just think it's so funny, right, that they're just with these people. These people are just walking around the ring with these dogs.
It's fantastic. It's like, just let them loose in it. Just let them loose in it. It's like they know they're with the handlers. Now, obviously, those handlers are probably, well, it's not probably about it. They're obviously trained in it. They're obviously trained to control those dogs. Just leave them loose in it. It would have been way funnier.
Let's just talk about. Look at the. They just play him with each other. The dogs are just playing with each other outside. They don't even care what's going on, right? Let's think of this now, right? You have got to be very drunk or on some sort of mind-altering substance to come up with this match.
Or some form of absolutely fanatical genius.
Al Snow and the Bossman were great. Absolute fantastic. I love both of these guys during the Attitude Era. Another hardcore division. Absolute highlight of my childhood. Loved it, right?
I absolutely loved the Job Squad, man. Absolutely loved the Job Squad.
This was just something else. Bossman with a stiff knee to the mouth. To Al Snow.
And we have to go back with our absolute standing Al Snow was that the fact that they give Head his own character in WWF Warzone.
Oh yeah, there was just no body.
No body. Just
hands
no, there wasn't even no arms. There was hands.
Hands and feet.
It was
and
hands
head.
and feet and head.
There's another match. There's another match that I want to watch as well. All right. And it was Al Snow and Head versus Too Much before they became Too Cool. And can you remember?
God.
Can you remember Brian Christopher had a bottle of Head and Shoulders and put it on Head so we could pin the shoulders?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh my God, I haven't thought of that for years.
There's going to be some wacky Al Snow matches on you.
Honestly, it's like
What?
When you
wait a minute. Bossman's trying to cut the roof of the cell to get out.
we spoke about doing. We've been speaking about doing this form of segment now over the last day or two, and having the idea for it. And when we decided to do it, I had no idea that we would be looking into the absolute archives of matches I haven't seen for absolute donkey's years.
Oh, we're taking a deep old dive with this one. Don't you worry.
I tell you what, it could have been a more fantastic match, more absurdly ludicrous match.
Bossman with the players to Al Snow's year.
Do you know what's insane though? Is Al Snow is probably one of WWE's biggest and best trainers now.
No,
with him and Fit Finlay,
he
not
was.
now, but...
But Al Snow, right? You could give him any role, and he was just great.
Because when he did Tough Enough and stuff like that, like look at the people that came through the ranks with Tough Enough.
Do you know what's so funny then, right? Bossman then, right, had the flower in the face, right? He looked exactly like Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, here comes the shovel head again.
Well, you got to have the shovel head, man.
Oh, Bossman got some colour.
Oh, Al's been wearing colour pretty much most of his life.
I just want to ask you something now, okay? Because when I pitched this to you, you were all in. Right? You were all in, but you were like,
as I usually am.
You normally are. You will have a go at anything, right? Right with me, because I'm just crazy. Okay, I throw so many stupid, insane ideas at you, and you'll have a go at them with me. You will. After watching this now as our first 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome segment, how are you feeling?
Bewildered. Slightly.
Hang on.
Slightly.
Did you see that then? Bossman's arm was hanging out, and the guy was trying to get the dog to jump up.
Bewildered, traumatized, and very, very amused at the same time. It's quite a surreal feeling, to be honest. So we couldn't have picked a more delve into the bank. That hit to the shovel.
Still hitting him when he's down now. Just hitting him with a shovel head to the head.
That first hit to the shovel when he knocked him down. Honest to God, I have been hit by my daughter's soft toy harder than what he has with that shovel. The sell on that was fantastic.
Man, Bossman was great as well. You know what I mean? Like these guys, they were put to something to try and pull this match off, weren't they?
I loved the Boss. Back in the day, man, I loved Big Bossman.
Bossman was great. This was my favorite incarnation of Bossman. You know, with the hardcore champion Bossman.
No, I preferred the
if you ever take a trip down
to Cobb County, Georgia.
He was great, but this Bossman, he was more of just a mean, horrible Bossman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was
Vince's henchman.
Yeah. He wasn't my favorite boss man. I gotta be honest. He wasn't my favorite boss man at this point. And
I just think he had more character in the Attitude Era.
Proven by what the Undertaker said. He said himself that one of his least favorite Hell in a Cell matches was against Bossman.
It was a WrestleMania match, man.
I know.
Oh, you know what I mean?
And it was.
But at the end of the day, you can't blame those two guys. They were put in a really rubbish place in the card, and the story around it and the ending. Sorry, that's a writing problem. That's not a talent problem.
No, of course it wasn't. And out comes Head.
Out comes Head. Out of the bag. He's like Jake the Snake with Damien. Oh, walloped him with that one.
Honest to God, can you imagine getting absolutely walloped with head?
With a mannequin head.
If you got,
I gotta be honest with you. I have never ever in my life ever thought of that concept. I wonder if I walk out into the street today, am I gonna get walloped by a mannequin head? Oh,
do I have to live in fear of being hit by a head?
the dogs they just pooing everywhere on the mats outside. Imagine the guys who are gonna follow this match, right? And knowing that those dogs have just defecated everywhere.
Honestly, as I said, we could honestly easily
And Al Snow wins.
We could reconstruct this match in my mother and grandmother's garden. There's plenty of shit in it.
Do you know the concept of this, right? Having a steel cage within a Hell in a Cell is a fantastic idea. They really could have made like a new type of match here.
Yeah, they did.
But the dogs.
No, they did. It's called Elimination Chamber.
Can you imagine the Elimination Chamber, but with dogs?
Elimination Chamber didn't, unless Austin Theory shit himself when Brock F5'd him off the top.
No, the dogs are just playing. They're just still having a laugh. I think now, after watching this match, right, that more WWE matches, right, need dogs. Ladder match with dogs. Table match featuring dogs.
I'm honestly speechless, bro.
I'm so happy we're doing this. The man fell over.
Do you know what's the funny thing about it?
Did you see the man fall over with the dog?
Yeah. The funny thing is about it. Now we're gonna pause it there. We're gonna pause it there. Now, the funny thing was about it is that he's supposed to be this badass police officer.
He told Michael Cole that he was going to do something really bad with his nightstick to his rectum,
and yet he's afraid of a bloody
dog,
police trained dog.
But with a man on a lead.
What a wet ass, like.
I'd be scared of those dogs if I was with that man on the lead who just fell over. I probably would have lost the dog.
God alive. So we're gonna convene the Council of the Seven Stars. We're gonna set off the machine of the Seven Stars. If it
the star
was,
rate of 5,000.
If it was in the Tokyo Dome.
If this was in the Tokyo Dome, would it be 7 stars? Absolutely. But no, in all opinion, not in opinion, because my opinion is that I love watching the bizarre craziness of pro wrestling. Because some of it is just so funny, right? And it just makes me happy. How many dog poos out of 5 would you rate that?
4. I could tell you there was a lot of shit in that.
There was a lot.
There was a lot of shit in that. So I think we've got to go for a. Are we going to go for a solid 5 or a runny 5? That's the thing.
I'll leave that ball in your court.
The ball certainly wasn't in the dog's mouth.
I'm so glad, right? That I am so happy we are doing this, right? The idea just came to me, and I just had one of those crazy moments where I was like, we should do this.
Well, the idea didn't come to creative, did it? Fucking hell.
No.
So, if it was in the Tokyo Dome, I'm going to give it a Smithy G rating of 6 stars out of 7 at the Tokyo Dome. So,
I'm coming in at a close 6.2.
A 6.2 star. I'm gonna give it a solid 6 poo out of 7. Star.
Remember now. If it happened in the Tokyo Dome, it's double the actual rating, right? So it probably was. This was probably dead. So technically, if you work it out, free. But we don't care. This is us. We don't play by your rules, Big Dave.
If this was the dog poo of stars, this would be the little pebble poo that pops out of a dog's ass when it's taking his proper poo.
But hey, do you know when we were younger, we probably thought that was fantastic. Now, we're fully grown men in our 30s, looking back, watching that. How do you feel?
Like I need to take a look in the mirror at a few things.
I need to have a lie down, right?
Readjust my life a little.
I need to have a lie down. This has been fun. Follow the Wrestling Depot on Instagram. Please join us every week for the 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to, honestly, this is just going to be just insane.
This is our dark. This is our raw. Leading up.
Our raw. This is our Sunday night heat. This is our velocity. This is our shotgun Saturday night. We haven't even got to the meat and potatoes yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't wait. He said with a very, very concerned smile on his face.
I ain't concerned at all.
Ladies and gents, we have our next podcast coming. Hopefully this Sunday. Is it this Sunday or next Sunday? No, this Sunday.
This Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yeah, we've been on Christmas break, man. We're all over the place.
I know. This Sunday we are going to be doing the best and greatest themes of ECW.
Just the music of ECW.
The music within ECW is our topic. Our topic for Sunday. We're going
to talk about the stories of how they pulled it off. We're going to talk about our favorite themes from ECW. It's going to be a lot of music talk, to be honest, but there's going to be a lot of in-depth conversation about how all of that happened, because God knows how it happened, because you watch it on the WWE Network now, every song is dubbed over.
Exactly, but what we're going to do as well is that we've got a few special guests which we have spoken to and have got their opinions on, and what we're going to do is that we're going to post them up on our Instagram page after the release.
Oh yeah, I am. I've got a couple of videos where I've been in contact with a few ECW guys. So yeah, they'll be hovering around on the weekend.
We'll post them up after the release so that you can get their opinions and what they thought of what their favourites were. Mm-hmm. And we've even got a special guest who has probably more links to the music than anybody.
Stop talking. Let's leave it there.
And we leave it. We will leave it there. We will leave it there. So Sunday we will be releasing our favorite ECW theme songs, music from ECW. I have been Smithy G, your host, your main man with the Wrestling Depot, and my main man, Dr. Luchadors, for our first episode of 7 Stars in the Tokyo Dome. It's been fun, bro.
What does everybody want?